Now, now, welcome to the final part. My ranking, I'm gonna put them all in one day this time, so if you're expecting like different hours, and we there. So now let's go over the last 8 heroes. Okay, 18. To be honest, S skin because it looks awesome. Then B tier, B tier, D tier, C tier, C tier, C tier. Since it's nothing to do with the event thing, it's alright. Eh, B tier, um, B tier, well, C tier, B tier, C tier. This is what I call a forward, to be honest. A tier, C tier. I don't like the recoloration that much. A tier. C tier. B tier. A tier. C tier. C tier. Well, actually B. C tier. As the first hero, I have no F skins so far. Now, Soldier. And C tier. B tier. B tier. Yeah, kind of look evil. Evil shouldn't be. B tier. C tier. And B tier. A tier. C tier. And B tier. And D tier. C tier. B tier. C tier. D tier. B tier. C tier. D tier. A tier. B tier. And probably B tier. And F tier. It looks ugly. A tier. C tier. Honestly, A tier. Actually, this is better than the Grillmaster skin itself, so probably A tier. And C tier. Honestly, A tier. B tier. And C tier. D tier. B tier. D tier. B tier, I guess. Let's see, A tier. A tier. D tier. It's probably the worst talent skin I've seen. Honestly, A tier. B tier. B tier. C tier. B tier. B tier. Um, okay, Pennywise back. C tier. C tier. A tier. D tier. Uh, D tier. S tier. B tier. S tier. C tier. D tier. B tier. D tier. A. S tier. A tier. C tier. Well, actually, D tier. Uh, B tier. D tier. C tier. B tier. D tier. B tier. A tier. A A tier. C tier. B tier. A tier. B. C tier. B tier. A tier. C tier. A tier. And B tier. D tier. A. A tier. B tier. C tier. A tier. C tier. F tier. B tier. C tier. S tier. S tier. S tier. B tier. Well, C. Honestly, A tier. D tier. B tier. D tier. A tier. C tier. S tier. B. D tier. B tier. E tier. F tier. C tier. B tier. D tier. A tier. B tier. B tier. C tier. D tier. No, C tier. B tier. C tier. S tier. C tier. C tier. F tier. B tier. C tier. F tier. C tier. D tier. B tier. B tier. D tier. Honestly, between A and S tier. C tier. C tier. D tier. Now on to Tracer. We got 3 more to go. B tier. A tier. C tier. Not. This probably look like it's probably a jockey, a jerk, or it's supposed to be a pilot. I'm not sure. F tier. That's just one of the worst summer stints I ever seen. Whoops. Didn't push that far. I didn't mean to. S tier. C. Well, A tier. A. S tier. Between A and S. Mm, B tier. C tier. Not as bad as Soldiers. Medieval. Well, back in the 18th century scan looking thing, you know. And A tier. B tier. I guess this is okay. It's not as bad as some of the others, but between C and B tier. Uh, D tier. Easily D tier in my opinion. I know some people are not gonna agree with me, but it's D tier to me. B tier actually looks better on her. The racing thing. This is a little bit more accurate, to be honest. Then between B and C. B tier. A tier. And it kind of looks funky, but it's not as bad. C tier. F tier. D tier. B tier. A tier. S tier. And C tier. And I was not sure what skin deck. C tier. I would just rather have Deku skin on probably somebody else, if I'd be honest. Just not on Tracer. I understand based on the comp set and they look interesting, but the character Deku doesn't look well in there. D tier. B tier. B tier. Mm, B tier. It's adorable. I would say probably between B and A. C tier. A tier. Honestly, A tier. It just seems like the colorations, most of it looks great. It's just interesting, honestly. Time for my favorite. Character of them all time. I know a lot of people would not like a character that's very bland, especially them, but unlike the others that were bland, it didn't look well. This was interesting. B tier, S tier, S tier, and C tier, B tier, A, A tier. Now on to our final one. Widowmaker. Um, Between C and B tier, A tier, D tier. And I'm not sure why I purchased this skin, this as my first legendary skin. I have no idea why I purchased this with credit. I am not sure why. This is probably the most regret one I ever purchased with credit. A tier. C tier. C tier. It's just the helmet doesn't. Well, this is actually B tier. It's just I wish some of the colors would match the helmet well. C tier. Why I'm not putting most of the recolorations on B tier. It just doesn't match the helmet. C tier. Uh, B. Probably between B and A tier. S tier. A tier. C tier. A tier. Yeah, what's next? D tier. B tier. B tier. B tier. A tier. C tier. A tier. Um, C tier. A tier. A tier. C tier. A tier. A tier. A tier. F tier. It just looked terrible. A tier. S tier. A tier. Well, between A and B. C. C. B. I would say between C and B. A tier. A tier. D tier. Now that's all the ranking I am doing for the moment. I'll rank the rest later on. Just some. I wonder why some skins are made sometimes. Anyways, hopefully everyone has a great day, and hopefully see you guys next time, and stay safe.